The gospel has as its main message mercy. And so it's forced me to look at the way that I proclaim the gospel as a gospel of mercy, which the Holy Father has time and again insisted on. And I know that he has said that he has read Cardinal Casper's wonderful book on mercy. He makes the wonderful point in there as well. So I think that is what it's done for me. It's made me look not just as mercy as an add-on, but at the center of proclaiming the gospel. Mercy means realizing that before we did anything, we're loved, that we're valued, that God wants us to succeed. Even to the point where when we go wrong, when we err, when we make mistakes, when we're sinful, the Lord says, go ahead anyway. Mercy is much more than just the action of a tribunal who exonerates or lifts a sentence in a way that allows a person then to return back to where they were. But mercy is an experience that moves us forward. One of the things we as clerics, we as leaders have to do is not so much tell people where they should be, but help them see where God already is in their life. That is, I think, the Annunciation story, where the angel Gabriel comes and lets Mary know where God is already working in her life and calling her to. That's the good news. I like the Sermon on the Mount because Jesus is there, he looks over the crowd, and he doesn't make any distinction among them other than saying, whether you're poor, you're mourning, or you're persecuted, you are blessed. He is the overseer. He is the one as a bishop who looks over the people, and his job is not to point out their mistakes, but where they're blessed, where God is working. And I think that is an important text for me as I think about my work as a bishop, to announce the good news that's already taking place in people. And it's there, out of that, when they recognize that they then tap into the deep aspirations that are always there by God's grace to have conversion in their life. Conversion doesn't come by telling people how bad they are. That can be an obstacle. But rather it's how blessed they are and where God is working so that they can tap into the grace that God is already providing in their life to change. An admonishment means that you really have some truth about your life brought to your attention. And that's important. That doesn't come just by self-reflection. But I have to be able to make sure that I allow people to speak to me in a way that tells me I messed up or I should do something differently. It's only then that I can also speak to people in a way not that lords over them because I have all the answers, but because I want to help them. It's the kind of admonishment that we see when we know that somebody is driving a car too fast or they're going over the line that can cause an accident. You tell them not to be angry with them, not to in some way make them feel badly, but to make sure that everybody's safe, including themselves. So I think there is a role for that, but it has to in some way have as an end product the betterment of the individual, not just to either say it because it makes you feel good or because you think that they need to be punished. But it always has to be to bring about their own conversion, salvation, and a deeper experience of God.